So I got called out to an address for a suspicious vehicle, and gentleman's parked in a black pickup. Tells me he doesn't have to give me his driver's license because he's not done anything wrong.
I'm a lawyer. I know my rights.
Okay.
I'm not violating any law. I'm on my property. There's no suspicion. No one called anybody. So don't harm my...
It's always satisfying to see corrupt cops get what they deserve. What's even better is when corrupt cops trying to play smart are embarrassed and humbled by actual smart lawyers. In today's video, we'll be looking at some cases of corrupt cops who thought they were smart but got owned by lawyers. We'll begin with the case of Assistant District Attorney Kenneth Grant, who was sitting in his parked truck in front of a home in March 2019 when a police officer approached him.
How's it going, man? You live over here, or what's you doing over here? I've had a couple people call in on you. Well, no, they're just calling on you saying that they recognize the truck in the area. So my duty to check and see if you live over here or what's going on.
Live over here. I'm here for a purpose.
Okay.
The officer informs him that they had received several complaints from people who thought his truck looked odd, and he asked for his driver's license. When the police questioned Grant, who had come to inspect a roof, he refused to provide him with his ID because he was not driving. However, this did not stop the officer from asking even more ridiculous questions.
If you're not from here, I'm not sure if you are or not, because I don't know who you are. Okay.
My plate's right back there. I'm sure you can run it.
Yeah, okay. So is that how you want me to identify you, through your plate?
If that's what you have.
Are you the owner of the vehicle?
Do you suspect that I'm not?
I have no reason to believe you are.
Well, I'm sitting in a truck in front of a house, waiting.
For what?
That's not your business.
It is my business.
No, it's not. Why is it your business?
Because I want to make sure you're not going to break into any of these houses or anything like that.
Do I look like
I don't know. You have a ladder.
The police and Grant argue for a few more minutes, but Grant, understanding his rights, refuses to answer any of the officer's questions. When the officer saw Grant was refusing to cooperate, he decided to run his plate, which is when the scene became heated.
You already ran my plates.
They
They gave you the information that you needed. You can ask them to go ahead and run me through NCIC or...
Do you have a date of birth then? Because I have to run it with a name and date of birth.
I'm not going to answer that question.
Grant was clearly not trespassing, but it became clear that the officers were determined to find any reason to force him to provide his identification. When one of the cops realized Grant was not going to give in, he decided to prove that they were correct and stop him. What follows is completely insane.
So I got called out to an address out here in Blanchard, Summer Valley Road, for a suspicious vehicle, and gentleman's parked in a black pickup. He's from Oklahoma City, but he won't give me his name and tells me he doesn't have to give me his driver's license because he's not done anything wrong. Well, the thing is I have no reasonable suspicion to believe that he's not committing crime because he has a ladder in the back of the truck and he's in front of houses that aren't occupied right now.
Yeah, there's no compelled ID statute in Oklahoma. I have to think about, do you have anything else to suggest that he might be involved in something illicit?
I'm curious why a man from Oklahoma City is parked on a dead-end road in Blanchard, and he has no... I ask him if he lives here, and he says, I don't answer questions.
After calling the district attorney and being told he was wrong, the officer declares he will follow Grant and find a reason to stop him, showing how desperate he was to charge him with something, and this is quite concerning for us citizens.
But I think you're right as close to the kind of the line there. That is a little unusual, but it's not necessarily evidence that he's criminal activity.
Yeah. Unless I can prove that he's taking pictures he shouldn't be taking next to people's houses.
Yeah, but there's no crime in that either. Shoot people do that all the time.
But I meant like shooting into the house where naked people are naked.
Yeah, like stuff.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So.
Okay, man.
All right.
Let me know if it develops further, all right?
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Other officers arrived at the scene shortly after. However, they were not as patient as their colleagues.
I'm not here to listen to you. I'm here to tell you what's going on. Okay? I don't care if you record me. Okay? That's legal. Have a nice day.
Okay.
Would you like to explain the address and the time on the folder inside your vehicle with the camera?
I don't answer questions.
Okay.
Look, man.
Identify yourself.
I don't answer questions.
Look, man.
You didn't ask a question, man.
Can you please take your hands out of your pockets for me? Thank you.
Look, all I'm trying to do, man, if you're PI, no big deal. We'll get out of here. We gotta confirm who you are. Make sure, especially with the camera car, make sure you're not doing peep and Tom stuff, okay?
Not a PI. So the only thing you can have a camera for is if you
No.
if you're a PI.
No, that's not what I'm saying, sir.
Insurance adjusters aren't allowed to have
Are you an
a camera
insurance adjuster?
to take photographs of damage and stuff.
Are you an insurance adjuster?
I possibly might be.
Okay, do you have any proof of that?
Grants was released without further punishment, as it was evident that he had not committed any crime.
Investigating because somebody called a suspicious vehicle and person in that vehicle, okay? I'm not done talking.
I
Within that investigation.
If you're enjoying the video, then please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel, as it helps us keep making these amazing videos. Now, let's continue. The next case is about Emmanuel Ola, who stood his ground against dirty cops.
I'm a lawyer. I know my rights.
Okay.
I'm not violating any law. I'm on my property. There's no suspicion. No one called anybody. So don't run my ID.
Emmanuel Ola, a Westerville civil rights attorney, was dumping trash into a bin he owns on July 10, 2021, when two Westerville police officers pulled in behind him.
You need my
All right.
ID?
Huh?
I'll show you my ID.
If you don't mind, just so, yeah, if you don't mind, can we see your ID?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That's a slick business card.
Yep.
All right. I'll give it to him. You can keep doing what you're doing. We're just, again, we're kind of concerned. Yeah, seeing somebody dump a bunch of stuff there. So, okay.
Can I have it back? Look, don't run it.
Oh.
Don't run my card. Don't run my ID.
Huh?
Don't run my ID.
Don't run your ID?
You have no reason to.
When the interaction started, everything appeared to be done in a polite and respectful manner. However, when one officer passed the ID to the second officer to run his ID, Ola told them no, and that is when everything went wrong.
Mark it down. We're going to take down your information.
Nope. I'm on my property. Putting trash in my trash
Okay,
can.
but this is not just your property. It's several people's property.
I understand.
Okay.
But I'm not violating any law. So don't
No
run
one
my
said
ID.
that you're violating any law.
No. Don't run my ID. I'm a lawyer. I know my rights.
Okay.
I'm not violating any law. I'm on my property. There's no suspicion. No one called anybody. So don't run my ID. I only identified myself so that this won't escalate.
That's fine, but we can still mark down who we're out with, and so that's what we're going to do.
No.
Yes.
You didn't stop me. Don't turn this into an issue.
Sir, you are turning this into an issue. We're just simply marking down who we're out with.
Yeah.
So he's just going to write it down on a piece of paper.
It's just your name.
Why?
Because, sir, we are out with you because we were concerned that you were illegally dumping.
But you've already discovered. Do you want me to show you my office?
I understand that you're here, but I don't know if this dumpster belongs to you or somebody else in the
It belongs to me.
To you and you alone.
Yes.
Can you prove that that dumpster belongs to you and you alone?
So far, Ola has been very strict with the idea of not letting the cops run his ideas, which is perfectly within his rights, especially since he stated that he was not lawfully detained. As is common in these types of situations, police officers who are racially profiling will try everything in their power to incriminate an innocent person.
It's also other units.
So what? It belongs to everybody. We're paying for
Okay.
it. It doesn't really matter if it belongs to all the units.
That's fine.
Just give me back my ID.
The officer eventually handed over the ID, but even with Ola identification, the officers returned to their cruiser, and the duo ultimately decided to do as they pleased.
Turn around, get out of here, and then we'll look at my...
As are in my hand.
So far, it is unknown if Ola has filed a complaint or told anyone in Westerville PD about his concerns, but he really stood his ground against these corrupt cops. Our next case is a civil rights attorney who did nothing wrong, another lawyer who was also a subject of racial profiling. State Attorney Aramis Ayala, who on June 19, 2017, had just finished lecturing a law class at Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, was leaving in a state-issued vehicle when she was pulled over by two cops, even though she had not violated any traffic rules.
Okay, alright. Thank you. Your tag didn't come back. Never seen that before. I'm sorry? Yeah. We're good now.
So it was...
We ran the tag. I've never seen it before. A Florida tag. It's never come back to anything before. So that's the reason for this.
So according to one of the policemen, he ran her tag, and it wasn't registered to any vehicle, which struck him as odd. For those who are unaware, state-issued license plates such as Ayala's are confidential. Therefore, running them will not reveal vehicle information. It's surprising that this cop didn't know, which raised the attorney's curiosity.
What was the tag run for?
I'm sorry?
What was the tag run for?
Oh, we run tags all the time, whether it's at traffic lights and that sort of stuff. That's how we figure out if, cars are stolen and that sort of thing. Also, the windows were really dark. I don't have a tint measurer, but that's another reason for the stop.
Do you guys have cards on you?
Yeah, 1 second, please. Actually, this isn't my car, but I can write my name down if you'd like.
The attorney asked for their cards, but they only gave her their names before she drove away without any citation. Her calm character showed that she'd rather uphold the law and order than react in a way that distorts public peace. She did not file a complaint, but instead planned to meet with the police chief to discuss how the incident affected her aim of having a productive and mutually respected relationship between law enforcement and the community. If you thought lawyers destroying corrupt cops stopped here, that's because you haven't heard about the case of Rebel and Garcia, two attorneys. Rebel and Garcia, who on February 23, 2017, were walking out of a Blount County courthouse with their client, Lloyd Edwards, when two police officers named Ashworth and Ratliff approached them with a warrant to search their client.
I'm from the Sheriff's Office.
Do you have any other weapons on your person at this time that I need to know about? RC?
No, sir.
No,
I
now?
do in the car.
Okay. What do you have in normal with?
A small pistol.
Okay. Your vehicle is also part of this search. Okay. So I'm going to have to ask you, do you have the keys to your automobile?
Yes, sir.
I need the keys to your automobile right now. Okay. Let me pat you down, make sure you don't have any other weapon. Just for your safety and ours. Okay. Just hang tight, we'll get all this.
Mr. Edwards was in court owing to an abuse accusation by his wife Jasmine, who claimed his cell phones had information that led to the search warrant. However, after searching for Mr. Edwards, they were unable to locate what they were seeking.
The warrants that you all have are for his person.
That's correct.
And for his vehicle.
That's correct.
So he is given the phone that's on his person.
Okay, I have video of him handing the phone to you, you handing the phone to her. It's in the satchel right now.
Yeah, you all do have that, but that is not on. When you all
no, I'm out here at the
him,
courthouse
sir,
with Brian on the search
that was
warrant.
not on his person. So you all are not entitled to that.
Okay. Well, all right then. We'll go the other route.
Revel explains that because the search warrant only allows for the search of Mr. Edwards' person and car, they had no right to retrieve the phones from Garcia, who had the cell phones in her bag. That didn't stop the deputies from having their way, as they chose to contact the district attorney.
Okay, we're standing here and we have it on video that he handed his cell phone to his attorney, one, and they handed it to another, and it's in the satchel that is right here.
Well, are we being detained?
At this moment in time,
they're not denying it. We have it on video.
I'm going to detain you until we determine the next course of action. Give me
Well,
just a minute.
what I have is
Okay.
person and vehicle. Okay, we either need the phone out of the satchel, or we will have to detain you and get a search warrant to get the phone.
So you're going to, okay. Well, we're not going to give you we're not going to give you anything that's on our person that you don't have a right to. So if you detain us, you have to have, there's certain constitutional safeguards to do that. But if you're going to detain us, then hey, we're not going to run. So, and you all are telling us we are being detained. Is that right, Officer Rapp?
You are being detained.
You both are under arrest for obstructing government operations.
Obstructing government operations.
That's correct.
After attorney Revel refused to surrender the phone, they were subsequently arrested for obstructing governmental operations, even though he maintained that the arrest was unlawful.
I want to make sure that you know from our position was that this search warrant, this warrant was given to him after he gave us some things for us to use in his defense. And so we did not do anything to keep you all from doing you all's job. Now, if you all want to take this satchel and go through and do it,
at the courthouse.
we're not preventing you from
doing the search warrant on the car. And I'm out here just.
From the moment he's entered the courthouse, he's been under surveillance.
Yeah.
Okay. For the reasons of this search warrant. All right. sit here and watch you and him and her.
Can't believe
run
we
the
get about
elevator.
10 or 15 minutes. I'll be ready.
You looked up. Matter of fact, you did look up at the camera 2 or 3 times.
Even while handcuffed, Revel maintains that the warrant was executed after they had already obtained the phones and did not clearly cover them. Following the arrest, attorneys Revel and Garcia filed a lawsuit against Deputy Ashworth and Deputy Ratliff, as well as a separate lawsuit against District Attorney Casey and Assistant District Attorney Scott Gilliland. The attorneys were eventually acquitted of all charges because the judge believed the deputies lacked legal jurisdiction to inspect. Did you enjoy this video? If you did, then please like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.